All right, y'all. Let's get into this Demar Hamlin entire, I don't even know what to say about it. Everyone has been covering it, and not even just the truth community. It's been covered across the board from Forbes to ESPN to Newsweek to TMZ to just about every major, news outlet you could think of has been kind of entertaining the entire conspiracy around Damar Hamlin, which to start things off is very odd that it's getting this much major publicity. Usually things that borderline conspiracy and that, the 85% considered to be, a conspiracy and so what, somewhat, it doesn't get this much attention. So that raises questions right off the bat, when everybody already agrees that all he has to do is go live on Instagram and prove that, you know, he's well, he's alive, and what we're looking at is what we're looking at, which is Demar Hamlin. But he's yet to do that. It's kind of like they're toying with people at the same time by him making that picture. Him doing that picture that he posted on his Twitter, which was this picture right here, still not really showing his face. All we can see now the guy that was at the game, he even looks a lot lighter in the face than Damar actually looks. That's just to me. This dude kind of looks light skinned as Damar looks. He's more brown skin. He's a darker brown skin tone. This dude damn near looks light skinned. Now it could be the lighting, but I'm gonna go ahead and say that wasn't even him at the game. It looks nothing like him. There's no proof. There's absolutely no proof that it even is him. Some people are saying he was covering up his face because he had oxygen still in. When clearly there's nothing in his nose right now. He's not on oxygen at the game, so you can get that out of your head. He's not hooked up to any oxygen while he's walking around. So I would say the next thing that to me kind of comes off as looking set up is this picture. Now, we don't even have to talk about how, he doesn't really look plugged up to anything and how none of the machines are really on. We don't even have to talk about that because I will go ahead and say that this picture is photoshopped. Now, if you look at the picture, I will completely say that the mom and the dad is in the hospital and they're there. Her arm is clearly on the rail of that hospital bed. Now, if you look at Damar elbows, now I don't know if this is just to me or if this is blending in with this white right here. Look at his right arm, his right elbow. It looks placed. It doesn't look like his arm is actually there. Look at his shoulder. Look at the shoulder and the way it's like kind of indented in the pillow back there. It just doesn't look real. It looked like the top half of his body was photoshopped and placed in this picture. Look at this elbow. Look at the elbow. The elbow doesn't look like it's actually in the picture. It doesn't look real. You see how at the top of his elbow right here, right there, it's blending in with the back of the wall. You see it? It's almost like his arm is cut off. Not like cut off physically, but digitally, the arm, the bottom of his elbow right here is blending in with the back of that wall. You see it? You see the back of the hospital wall down at the bottom on the floor. It goes into his arm. You see it? It's not overlaying it how an arm should be. You see? You see that? His arm should be over that part right there. I shouldn't be able to see it blending in with the bottom of his elbow. You see it? You have to actually zoom in to realize that this picture is photoshopped and it's fake. Look at his elbow right here. It's not actually there. Look at that. I don't know, you kind of have to have the eyes to see it, but I think this side, this arm right here, blending in with the wall is clear evidence that this is a Photoshop. Y'all see what I'm looking at, right? You see it? The arm should be over it. It should be over the bottom, beveled little piece at the bottom of walls. You know how the wall is. It has that little beveled edge. The arm should be over it. You see? Should be over it, not blending in with it. So it lets you know that his arms and the top half of his body, I may sound crazy thinking this, but this is a Photoshop. Look at that. I'm going to show y'all again. Look at this. Look. That's not real. Look. Where's like the side of his elbow at? It's blending in. Y'all don't see that? Y'all don't see that. Check that out, bro. The arm should be over it. You shouldn't be able to see. I shouldn't see as much back wall that I see right now. We should only see a little bit. This is why I think the parents are actually there. Because look, the dad's shoulder and his elbow, it's over the back of the wall. It's not blending in with it, like how Damar's elbow is blending in right there. It should be over it. Oh, damn, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm messing up the picture. You can clearly see, even when you zoom out, you can clearly see that his arm blends in with the wall, bro. Now, that tripped me out when I actually looked at this picture, and I was like, yo, I don't know, man. I don't know if this picture is real. Then his face, it just looks, I don't know. This picture just looks a little eerie. I'm not going to lie. Looking at this picture, looking through his face, this feels eerie. This gives off a certain energy that I'm not quite sure of right now. All I can say is this picture is weird, y'all. I'm not going to lie. I feel a certain kind of way looking at that picture right now. If we want to take it back to when everybody was kneeling around Damar the day that it happened, everyone knows that this guy, Neil, was the only one standing up with that number 33 on. And this kind of stuff just screams, it just screams things being scripted the way that they want us to see it. Because this is a time where, now, I saw this live. I didn't see him fall live because I think I just wasn't paying attention. Most of y'all that really know, I'm a huge football fan, more college and stuff, but I was watching this game. I didn't see him fall, but I caught after it all ended, they were crying, bro. Josh Allen, the quarterback, was crying. People were crying on the field as if I felt the emotion that he was dead, which he was. They were trying to resuscitate him, they said, for up to 9 or 10 minutes or so. So he died. They knew that he died. He was dead on the field. And it's just like, for this kind of emotional moment to be going on, for this to be going on, why would this guy be the only one not kneeling down that wears the number 33 and his name just happens to be Neil, Neal? Why is he so special to where he is not going to take a knee and join the entire staff and the team? Now, we don't have to worry about this guy that's not taking a knee because he's not a part of the team. He doesn't represent anything. He's not wearing the number 33. This is a lot more significant. Even this guy back here in the suit that's not taking a knee. Those guys don't matter. We pay attention to the numbers when it comes to stuff like this, and this guy stands out the most. Why wasn't he taking a knee like the rest of his teammates? I don't even think, we have to question it much more. This was another angle right here. Clearly, number 33. Now, I'm not gonna, keep this video going too long. I'm doing this video because a lot of people kept commenting for me to talk about this video, and I'm not gonna lie. Talk about Demar Hamlin. I'm not gonna lie. It is definitely very strange the way they are going about everything. There's no this guy's in the NFL. I can tell you for a fact right now, unless you're a Bills fan, no casual NFL fan even knew who Demar Hamlin was before this happened. Nobody knew who he was. I know, every player that you should know in the NFL, plus some, And I had no idea this guy even existed. I did not know who Demar Hamlin was. He went to Pittsburgh University. I think he even wore number 3 at Pittsburgh. I didn't know who he was. He's kind of like the casual NFL cornerback. He's not a super huge star. He started for the Bills. He's not a corner that everyone knew. You had to be a fan of the Bills to even know who he was. And now all of a sudden, this guy's being escorted around the stadium and coming to the game as if he's a president. And then, there's rumors and stuff that he had the FBI actually watching the room that he was in the hospital. That raises a lot of flags as well. It's like, why would y'all have this much security around an NFL player? All he did was have cardiac arrest, a heart attack on the field. This is not someone that works in the White House or anything that has this he's a threat, and there needs to be hella security around him. So it makes you ask the question, what are y'all protecting? Security and stuff like that. What are you protecting? Are you protecting his identity? Are you protecting the fact that, he's not actually who y'all saying he is? Because at the end of the day, I don't really know. A lot of people believe that he died right there on the field, and that this is just a huge cover-up. Now, at the end of the day, it kind of goes back to playing in both ways. Do I believe that this is a Damar Hamlin body double? Honestly, there's a very small chance that this is an exact body double of Damar Hamlin. And y'all know I do this body double stuff, and I have seen a lot of them over my research and all of that stuff across the past 2 or 3 years. I've been doing videos on YouTube, and there are a lot of body doubles out there for presidents and other presidents of other countries, so on and so on. I don't see a Damar Hamlin, a guy that's not even nowhere near as famous as anyone that is known in the NFL, like Russell Wilson, Aaron Rodgers, Peyton Manning, Tom Brady. All these players that are really, really famous, these are the people that you would expect that would have a possible body double. So I'm not going to 100% say that was a body double of him. That probably just wasn't him at all, And if he is somehow, if he's somehow still alive after all of that, then maybe we have to go and think about the way Orlando Brown told us as far as trading spirits, and how, they're basically hijacking these bodies, and that there's now a new entity inside of the body of Damar Hamlin. We very well have to think about that, because maybe they turn around and in a few days, a few weeks, when they're done playing with people, maybe they show that this is really Damar Hamlin. But then we definitely have to think about the entire trading spirits thing, the fact that another entity can inhabit his body and consciousness can be transferred. But that's taking it to a whole nother level, That's taking it to a whole nother level. My point of even saying that is that no one knew who he was. You know what I'm saying? Usually this kind of attention, this kind of security around a player goes for people that are really very famous and known. Now he's probably the most famous dude in the country right now. Everyone is talking about it. But that in itself, we could be playing right into what they actually want us to do. That's why, we never make the videos and talk about the content in a way of like, we're trying to force this conspiracy on people. We're just asking questions and trying to figure out why things are the way they are. I'm not doing this video to push the body double narrative, because me, myself, I don't see him having a body double. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't make sense to have a whole, body double clone of Damar Hamlin. Like I said, none of you knew who he was before this happened. Nobody knew who he was except the real fans of the Buffalo Bills. I'm telling you, as a people that are casual football fans, they watch games, they watch their favorite team. They didn't even know who this guy was. Well, it's not your job. People don't make it their job to know who every NFL player is. So it's definitely really questionable on how, they're rolling out all this media coverage over him actually being a body double. I just wanted to jump on here, for the ones that wanted me to make this video and give my opinion about it. I think, to me, him not showing his face, him not showing his face in this picture right here of him being in the hospital, I think this is the biggest question to me. This is probably the most eerie part about it. I could probably 97% say that this picture is Photoshopped. Right there is the proof in his elbow right there. I mean, you can even see the guy has tattoos on the back of his forearm. The tattoo is like missing. That's like half of the tattoo that goes down to his elbow. Clearly, this is Photoshopped. Clearly, this is not me zooming in and making the resolution worse by zooming in. No, you can see it. Even when I back out, you can see it. His shit blends in with the bottom of that wall. You can see it. It's not supposed to blend in like that. It should be overlaid. It should be over that part right there. The tattoo is missing from half of his arm right there. So this is clearly a Photoshop picture. This picture isn't real. They did a decent job, but this is not real. He's not actually right there alive looking at the camera, and I feel like that's why this picture is eerie, because it's not actually him right here looking at this picture. I won't believe that for sure. As far as him, all this blurry footage, that wasn't him. Clearly, this is not him. He was throwing up the 666, the supposed heart, which you could, a lot of people would say he was throwing up the pyramid, So, I just think that hospital photo is probably the most proof that this is very, very fishy, and the fact that that was not him at the game. I wouldn't believe that was him at the game for anything in the world. Nobody could convince me that that was him at the game. And that is definitely a fake picture of him in the hospital, y'all. So yeah, man, I'm not gonna make this video too long. For the past few days, I've been working on this video about Antarctica, and y'all are really gonna like what I have found. So with that being said, man, I hope y'all enjoying y'all day. Hope y'all having a good week so far. It's Black Balloon, and I'm gonna see y'all soon. I'm out.